All right, for my resource for our leadership course, I made a budget, and I actually brought two budgets, separate budgets that I've used for mission trips together into one, kind of work harmoniously together. And what it does is you have the trip budget itself, and then you have individual budgets for youth to help figure out what they've paid, what they owe, and then it works with the main trip budget. So yeah, what I like about it is that you don't have to put in cells. I already have done that for you. Really, you just got to put your raw numbers in. So let us start. Sorry if you can't really see it, it's dark. So the first thing and the easiest thing to do is you start over here under attendance assumptions. And you put in the total students you have, the leaders, and then that will populate. I mean, like I could switch this to 3, and then once I click off it, it'll turn that to 13, and that will change your student costs. It all works out percentage-wise. Well, you didn't see what I was looking at there, did you? But I'll move it back down. But we'll bring it back to 12, or the leaders back to 2. That'll help the numbers what I was working with. So over here, and again, sorry if this is really bumpy, you can put in your expected, and you can make notes and details in this column right here. You see, you can put in like the fee of the mission trip, what they're charging you, any kind of meals or gas. I mean, you can add things down here. But so what I usually do is I'll start with what I anticipate bringing in for a budget, and then I go through and see what I anticipate each event costing. Like gas, one vehicle we're going 1,300 miles, and it just overestimate usually in the per gallon. That gives me an amount, and then that all populates down below, and it adds it all up. So like I could add, so you can see the total $7,419. I could add up here 100, and that's going to populate, and then it tells me now I'm $19 in the hole from what I budgeted, which is helpful. When you do that, I'm going to just take that away. It also affects the student cost, so it averages it out. So what it does is I take the cell itself. If you want to know, you can see it up there. It takes the total expenses, and it divides it by the total leaders or total people we have. That is over here. So that gives us an idea of what it costs. It's over here I usually put student costs, but that really is adults too. You can always say not include your adults in the equation, or not include it in the numbers, and then that will it'll populate it for students only. So this to fulfill what my anticipated costs are that are listed here, each student would have to pay $618.25. And then you go down here, and you can put in the student's name, and you can put in their grade, and you can always, if you like them to be alphabetical, you can click on the little arrow and then sort A to Z or Z to A. It's up to you how you like to do that. And then over here you put in the balance paid, and it will populate again for itself. And then at the bottom it tells what's the total, and then that's also reflects up here in this part of the budget itself. Hopefully I'm not losing you too much. So I'll just add one really quick so you can see how I've done it. We'll just put, I don't know, Kim, and you can put grade or adult, whatever you want to do. We'll just say it's an 11th grader, and then we'll pretend that they paid $0. Well, it looks like she still owes $618.25, which tells us up here student cost $618.25. But if you move down here and say in the balance paid, okay, Kim just dropped off a $250 check, put $250, push enter, you can see how it changed here, the total amount we've had come in, and over here it says now she only owes $368, and this tells us the remainder that we need to bring in from our youth to fulfill the anticipated budget, our expenses here. This is you'll see the same number related here and here. So it just gives you an idea of balance right now. if we bring in, if this number right here reflects this number right here, we will come in even. So, and that just helps us see here. And when I usually budget, I always add a little more because our church usually pitches in a little bit. So right now, if everything comes in normal, we'd only have to pitch in $81. I hope that's helpful. Hopefully it's not too confusing. You don't have to, every year, you don't have to worry about changing, to figure out the balances remaining, because actually what it is, it populates from here, which populates, again, from total number of students versus your expenses. So this, again, if you go into this up here, it's it minuses the student cost, which is there, and the balance paid. So we know how much is left. Hopefully that's not too confusing. It's helpful for me. Really, it's just helpful to be able to use it. Sorry if this is extremely bumpy. Hopefully it's helpful for you, and hopefully you are able to use it. Thank you.